It's lovely to be here to chat to you all again. Today, I wanted to talk about our higher self, our soul, and our relationship with our higher self, our soul, our connection with our soul. One of the questions that I get asked by on a regular basis actually is what's the best advice you could give to be able to work psychically, to be able to work with spirit, to be able to grow spiritually? And it's a very short answer, if actually, is to build a relationship with yourself, not your human self, but your soul self. Um, I truly believe that we are spiritual souls who are a part of the whole, and we incarnate into physical bodies to experience the things that we want to experience, to um, gain our spiritual growth, so to speak. I suppose, in a way, I believe in ascension, and that each lifetime that we decide to incarnate into, that we have all of these different lessons that we choose each lifetime round. So, building a strong relationship with your soul, with your higher self, with your inner knowing, whatever you want to call it, and making sure that you've got a good strong bond so that you won't doubt, you'll know that it is yourself giving you that guidance. That is a great place to start, because once you've got an absolute confidence in your connection with yourself, they are I suppose the window or the door out to the rest of the field. So it's to observe yourself. I I've had so much spiritual growth through observing myself. Now, I've told you the story before about the man that I thought was my guide for many years, but he is actually the master within me. I'll put the link for that video below if you've not seen that one. I'll put that link below. But the master within me is, or I thought for many years was my spirit guide. And I realized the other day, actually, when I was talking to the master within me, that the key to life, or why we come to the earth plane, is to be a master of self, so self mastery. And I always thought I was good at self mastery, but actually, I realized that my self discipline was always done through not being so kind to myself. So, since I've worked on loving myself, I've realized that actually self discipline is a lot harder when it's not mixed up with self criticism and self loathing. So that's actually something that might be helpful to some of you. That if you feel like you've got a lot of discipline, if you're disciplining yourself through being unkind to yourself, that's not part of self mastery. It's to do it through making choices. Every single time I make well, not every single, because I'm sure there's many thoughts that I have that I know that I don't pick up on, because we have so many thoughts in a day, and we've just allowed them free rein. So that's self mastery as well, to have an awareness of all of your thoughts, but it's to observe yourself, so that you can, in each moment that you find yourself making a choice, and we make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of choices in a day, little choices. We probably don't realize that life is based and built upon choices. And when we begin to observe ourselves and we actually ask ourselves, is that the right choice? Do you need this? Do you need that? That's when self mastery really starts to begin. It really starts to start. And I've always had lots of food intolerances, and there's many things that I don't eat, and I haven't eaten them for many, many years. And it's made me realize on my journey through food and my journey through feeling victimized because I couldn't eat it. So I've stopped being a victim, feeling like I can't eat all of these things. But I've realized that society, we call it, oh, let's treat ourselves. And there's one for you to ponder on. There's one for you to observe how often you say, oh, I'm going to treat myself, and how often that treat is actually not a treat at all. So I don't eat any sugar as such. So no cane sugar in my diet. I have introduced fruit back in the last year or so, but I never used to eat any fruit at all. And probably, I don't know, about once a month, maybe every 3 weeks, something like that, I might have a little something with a bit of coconut blossom, or coconut, yeah, coconut blossom. That's where the coconut sugar comes from. But it would be a very tiny amount. But I've realised that my body doesn't like it. It's no good for me. Yeast, my body doesn't like yeast. But it would be, I caught myself saying, oh, go on, it's the weekend, treat yourself. And I realised, wait a minute, treat yourself. It's not a treat. We've been kind of brainwashed really into believing that we treat ourselves, and you look at how often you think you're treating yourselves, but actually your soul and your heart is going, you know, it's not good for you, through no judgment. They just, your soul would be saying, do you really want that? And I've really been questioning each time that I've wanted something. It's like, do you really feel that that is going to do you good? And it's really hard. It's really hard to master it. And I was doing really well all weekend actually, and because I don't often have things. I mean, I'll eat 100% chocolate, and some of the chocolate that my husband eats has got the coconut sugar in it. So sometimes I have a square of his, but I've gone back to the 100% chocolate. And I just, if I'm really thinking like, oh, I want something sweet with it, I'll just have a couple of raisins with it. So it's training yourself away from what you feel really is. It is, you're treating yourself. So I recognized, yeah, all weekend I was doing really well at going, okay, I won't have chocolate. I asked myself every time I was going to make some chocolate cakes with some gluten-free flour, etc. And yeah, I resisted because I thought I don't really need them, and I know that it's not really a treat. I mean, I'd freeze most of them. I'd make little cakes and freeze most of them and just eat one or two. So I made the decision each time. I didn't do it out of, like in the past, I would have felt victimized, thinking like, oh, it's not fair, I can't have it. But I'd made this decision all weekend. No, I don't need it. I really don't need it, and you're better off without it. And then yesterday, my family popped in, and they sat there and ate this. I think it was a chocolate donut, or a donut covered in chocolate. And as I was watching, I was like, I can't resist it anymore. And my husband made me a cake, just one that I could just eat a little bit of. And I ate it. It tasted very nice. And then I asked myself afterwards, did that give you the rush and the enjoyment that you thought it would give? And I said, no. So that's how to learn. So next time I'll remind myself of that actually I put something into my body that I thought I wanted and I thought I needed. And I'll remind myself of that of next time. It's changing your thought patterns. So that's really showing you a bit of me, that's sharing a bit of my journey, of showing you that I've worked on that, on many different layers, stopping being a victim of it, stopping feeling like life's not fair because I can't have it. When we really begin to stand there and we ask ourselves in that moment, I'm making a choice. And I chose then to cave in, to say, oh, yeah, I really want that. And after I'd eaten it, I thought I could have done without it, actually. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it in the moment. but the understanding of that I didn't really need that in my body, it wasn't a treat. It really wasn't. So that's one of the ways that I'm working on things. And it's to take responsibility for yourself as well. How often something happens around us and we ask ourselves, well, why did that happen? Nothing can happen outside of ourselves that we haven't asked to bring in. So when you begin to ask yourself, why did I choose to bring that into my life? What am I learning from that? Again, that will help you with self mastery, because everything that happens in your life outside of you is just a reflection of what's inside of you. So everything that you draw into your life is there, that you have brought. Your higher knowing, your soul is lovingly bringing things into your life to help you to conquer them, to help you to learn to master them. So I hope that really helps you. There's a couple of examples there. Like I say, self observation. If you observe and you begin to have that dialogue with yourself, it's to begin to ask yourself, do I really need, if you're feeling like you're going to buy something that you think, gosh, everybody else has got that, is to ask yourself, is that actually going to bring me what that something, is it going to bring me satisfaction? Is it useful? Am I going to be always grateful to myself that I've purchased that? And if the answer is yes, then go ahead and buy it. But it's having the dialogue in the first place, because then we begin then to realize that actually we are responsible for ourselves. We are responsible for everything that happens in our life. Nobody else can make you feel a certain way. It is all within yourself. And that's another good way to observe. If you observe your behavior. So if somebody as a therapist, we would say triggers you, and you catch yourself sort of going down a rabbit hole of feeling a strong emotion about something. It's to sit there and not overanalyze. It's not think. It's to bring that down into your heart space and be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, why did I act in that way? And when you begin to do this, you really build that dialogue with yourself. And once you've really built that strong relationship with your soul, you will see that it is your soul guiding you forwards, and then your soul will raise the vibration up, and the higher your vibration, the more that you will see that you're growing from within. So it's not, we say higher your vibration, you're not going anywhere. It's this, you're growing within. It's the light body within yourself that you are growing within. When we say raising your vibration, I don't see it as outside of you, I see it as inside of you. So it's raising your vibration is almost like that expansion of your light body, and the lighter and lighter and brighter your light body becomes, the easier it will be for you to communicate with all of those light bodies that are part of the consciousness that is whole. So I hope that is helpful to you. If it is, I always do ask if you would like the video, subscribe to my channel, because I would love to be able to find the time to keep putting these videos out, because I email people back when they ask me and everything, and I thought, I know if I start to do videos then on the questions that people ask me on a personal level, and I'm getting busier and busier and busier, of where I'm finding I don't have time to reply to everybody, that I thought when I get a question like that, I'd try and do a video on it to put it out there. Okay, so every like, every subscribe really makes a difference. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and if there's any comments, then please put them below. I will reply to all of your comments. Have a great day.